Welcome to Connected. I'm your host, Tammy Lindy, bringing you interesting interviews, stories and bands from our great southeast. We have a very special show for you today, and as you can see, I've got my 50s glam on. Our guests today are Cameron Nichols, a local music event manager for Studio 188, and musical guest Graham Mose. We'll be going out on location to the Gold Coast where the annual Cooley Rocks On Rockabilly Festival is happening, and I'm going to be whizzing up a quick treat in the kitchen. But first, I have the pleasure of speaking with Cameron Nichols, a local events graduate who is planning a series of live music events for Ipswich. Welcome to the show, Cameron.
Thanks for having me.
Lovely to have you here. Now tell me, you've recently graduated, or it was a while back, and what exactly were you studying?
Yeah, a couple of years ago I finished my qualifications in venue event management. So I did that through a college in Brisbane, and yeah, so that's sort of how I got into the industry. Absolutely,
and that's obviously something that you're very passionate about, clearly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love what I do, so.
Fantastic. Now, the events that are coming up in Ipswich specifically, are they just music events or are they a variety of things?
Yeah, so at Studio 188 we have a variety of events sort of in our current program, which is running to the end of the year. So that's an array of performances from jazz nights to band nights to sort of solo acoustic and all types of different popular music nights going on.
Fantastic, so. That's fantastic. Now, the Studio 188 venue, I understand, is a recently converted old Baptist church that's been turned into an entertainment venue.
Yeah, it's quite unique. It was sort of an old Baptist church built in the late 1800s and recently converted over to a live music venue. So it's quite a unique space, so an old Gothic style church converted into a live music venue. So it's quite unique.
Yeah, absolutely. So. And obviously being an old church, it would be excellent acoustics for musical activities, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be fantastic.
It's a nice sound.
Heaven for the ears.
That's one way of putting it.
So with the music events that you are organising, like as you said, there's a wide range of nights on offer with jazz and all of those types of genres of music.
Yep.
How can people get involved? Do you have everything booked out for the rest of the year, like with all of your performers and things like that?
Yeah, well, basically the focus I'm taking, I look after all the band nights at the venue. So we're basically booking towards December now. I'm getting ahead.
Wow.
But the way we sort of work is sort of working on getting some sort of bigger name headliners in, and then we sort of like to engage the community and filled up the support acts, local artists and whatnot upcoming, so they can have that opportunity to play in the venue and support some, big names coming through town. So.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And what a great way to give a platform for local artists to sort of get their start and get that experience of performing for the local community.
Yeah, we certainly have a key focus on the youth with what we're trying to achieve with the venue. So we're definitely trying to provide, a quality space for these people to sort of nurture their talents and grow into their performing. So
that's very exciting. Yeah, absolutely. Now, what nights are the events on, and how can people sort of get in touch with tickets and things like that?
Well, we do alternate our nights, but generally the jazz and band nights will alternate on Fridays. But obviously we have our website, which is just studio188.com.au, and all of our events are listed there. So we have quite a different variety of different nights going on, but you can see all the information on the website and see what's coming up in the next few months.
That's great. And now one last thing, what is it that interests you specifically about music event management?
I think it's the fact that you can sort of look at what people want to see, and you can contact the artist, book the shows that people would like to see, and the point where you can stand back and look at the show and say, this is what we've brought to the city. That's probably the most rewarding, and I guess something that I feed off a lot. It's definitely why I love what I do, because you get to put on shows for people, and yeah, it's a very, very good job. I love what I do.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today, Cameron.
Thanks for having me.
And if you'd like to get any more information about the events happening at Studio 188, you can head to the website, as Cameron mentioned, and we'll have that link for you on our website at the end of the show. Graham Mose is a singer-songwriter who has been writing, performing and producing music for the past 8 years. Thanks for joining me on the show, Graham.
Thanks for having me, Tammy.
I'm a pleasure to have you here. Now tell me, what is it that drew you to music?
Well, my whole family's always been artistic, so it was only a matter of time. Like, I've been singing since I can remember, 3 or 4. And when I started playing guitar when I was 12 or 13, I started to get really serious and considering it as an actual career.
Absolutely. That's so exciting that you can actually decide at such an early age. For a lot of people, it's a hard choice
I think I'm really
to make.
lucky in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, it is a hard industry to get into, though.
Yeah, it can be. It can be.
Have you had any sort of major obstacles so far in your journey?
Strangely not. Things seem just to be
Very
working
lucky.
out. Yeah,
Wow.
I feel quite fortunate that things that I needed have kind of just happened, or I've made something happen for myself. And
Sure, right place, right time.
yeah, a little bit of that, and a little bit of hard work, and a little bit of just knowing exactly what it is that you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what type of genre do you feel that you fit into a genre, or have you kind of made your own niche in the world?
I feel like I've finally kind of made my own sort of sound. It's taken a few years of experimenting in a few different genres. I've always been a huge fan of modern funk music, so like the Chili Peppers.
Yep.
And I took that, and I loved the harmony they included with all that great rhythm.
Yep.
And over the last year, I've been listening to a lot of reggae as well, and then
Nice.
artists like Chet Faker and Sticky Fingers have come out, and they've really used that backbeat, that halftime down-tempo soul sound.
The groove.
It's really coming back, and it's really inspired me. And I think it's finally come together. I've taken a little bit from blues and some styles that are popular now.
That'll be great. Lovely. Well, I look forward to hearing it later in the show.
Yeah, I look forward to performing it for you guys.
Thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, guys and gals, prepare yourselves for classic 50s stylings as we head to the Gold Coast, where the recent Cooley Rocks On Rockabilly Festival has been taking place. Let's have a look.
If you thought rock and roll was dead, think again. The annual Cooley Rocks On Festival is on in Coolangatta. The 11-day festival gives everyone a chance to remember the fabulous 50s and swinging 60s and celebrate the rockabilly culture. But what is it about hosting the festival on the Gold Coast that makes it a success?
Look, it's great. It's the custom, the traders, the people, the public, the shops. Everybody's in just, really make you feel welcome to be here.
The festival gives everyone a chance to experience a culture they may have never seen or heard of before.
Well, they've got the classes here they have, whereabouts people can come along and do it, and you see mums and daughters taking part. And of course, it's the same with dad and the kids. They can all mix in together. They have different classes going for them to be able to learn a little bit about how to rock and roll dance. And it's just a culture that seems to have lasted, like it's just stayed. We see a lot of other scenes over the years, and there's been changes all the time. But rock and roll has still always stayed there all the way.
Rockabilly models or pin-up models, sort of meeting and greeting, and the diner, and just the whole fashion of it all, and the cars. It's the whole rockabilly experience here is amazing. Yeah.
Self-made artist Mr. The Piz says the rockabilly culture is much more appreciated these days.
Well, this is a new thing for me, but I've been reading about it for quite a while, and I got the invite from my mates. They pooled up their resources to get me down here, and it's fantastic. I can't believe how big this is. And basically underground culture of like hot rods, custom cars, tattoos. People just thought about it in derogatory terms. It's the same as tattoos or funny haircuts or pinup clothing. This is something that it used to be your great uncle, your grandpa went and saw after having a few, and this is something that he didn't take home and told the wife, but nowadays it's widely acceptable and greatly appreciated. That's the way culture is. There's stuff from the ground up and there's stuff from the top down. And pretty much anything that comes from the ground up sticks around, and that's the way it is.
We've had a fantastic day here at the Cooley Rocks Festival at Coolangatta. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Back to you, Tammy.
Coming up right after the break, Graham joins me in the kitchen to bring you a delicious treat. Stay connected. Welcome back and welcome to the Connected Kitchen. Graham is going to help me whip up some yummy chocolate cupcakes that you can do at home in just an afternoon. which is fantastic for everybody at home. So what I've done today is basically chosen a very, very nice chocolate recipe, which I'm sure you love chocolate, right?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go past the chocolate, that's right.
No.
So basically what we've got here is we've got some chocolate mixture, which is from our lovely packet mix, obviously. We've also got some chocolate beads, 100 grams of butter, a couple of eggs, and some icing sugar. That's for decorating for later on. Okay, so basically we're going to whip it all up together and put it all together. So what we need to do first, Graham, 100 grams of butter goes into our little bowl there. Lovely, and we're just going to whisk that up. So we're going to make a little bit of noise. I'll get it started for you because that first little bit's kind of hard. So you kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
So you do that while I start prepping everything else. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Just go a little bit longer.
A little longer?
Yeah, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Now, that's looking pretty good. I'm liking it. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to add our chocolate mixture in. Beautiful. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to tap that off a little bit. Put that there. So we're going to add our chocolates. Hey, our chocolate mixture in here. So nice and pretty simple, straightforward. I'm a messy cook. I don't know about you at home, but I definitely make a mess everywhere. It's lots of fun, really. What about you, Graham?
Yeah, mess.
Mess, yeah.
Yeah. Mess.
Do you clean up afterwards though? That is the trick to it.
Actually, I think I try to clean while I'm cooking.
Oh, see, that's
Save time,
That
be
is
efficient,
very clever.
you know?
I should really try that at home because my kitchen looks like a disaster zone afterwards.
I'm sure it tastes delicious.
I hope so. You're going to be testing it later on, so hopefully we don't kill you. Just going to add in 1/4 cup of milk in there for you. Now, if you can keep stirring that for me, Graham. Just going to add in 2 eggs there. There's one.
Ooh, skills.
Oh yeah, one hand. Hey. Now that I've said that, and I
got some eggshell,
got eggshell in there. Of course, I got eggshell. No worries, saved it. It's okay. So I'll just wipe that off. So give that a really good man mix. That's it.
Do my best.
That's what we want. So I'm just going to quickly check my recipe. Yeah. So we've got our cake mix, our milk, and our eggs in there with our whipped butter. We're going to keep that in there. How you going? All right, let me finish that off for you. So, because basically, if you get a really good look into the bowl there, you can see that's really starting to get that gloss effect and look about it. So you can see that that egg is starting to give it that really nice shine. And that's what you're going to get from that manual beating rather than a beater mix. There. So basically from there, what we're going to do is I've got a little cupcake oven. Now at home, what you'd be doing is prepping your oven at 160 degrees, cooking that through. So I've got my little themed cupcake oven there.
Ooh.
And we're just going to spoon a little bit of mixture into each of one of them. Now Graham, I think it's very important when you're cooking cupcakes, you really should test the recipe. So do you want to stick your finger in the bowl?
I've been waiting.
And yeah, right?
For that.
Smells really good. What do you think?
That's some good cupcake.
Heck yeah, not bad for a packet mix, hey?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even tell.
Wouldn't even tell.
So we're just going to pop those in there. Now you'd evenly spread that out between all your patty cakes. It does make 12. Just gonna, you know, because it's fun that way.
While you're there.
So I haven't done that incredibly beautifully because, you know, time constraints with TV and whatnot. So I'm just going to shut that off and they're going to cook away there. Now, with the magic of TV, I did prepare some earlier. Ta-da! So, sorry, this is going to be your finished product here. That's going to come straight out of the oven. So you leave it sit for a little while, let it cool, that type of thing. And then what you're going to do is grab your cream from before. Now, not any particular amount, any one will do. I'm just going to pour that into there. And once again, we're just going to whisk that up. Graham, you're a master of the whisk. Have a go. Put that away. nice and thick. Nice and thick, nice and smooth, because we're just going to dollop it into our cupcakes. It's looking pretty good. Very nice. Okay, look at that, done. Absolutely, fantastic. Just tap that out a little bit. So basically from there, what we're going to do, now this is the fun part, Graham. Have you got your little creative hat on?
Hope so.
Hope so. All right, so basically, you take your little paring knife, that type of thing, and we're just going to cut into the tip of it. It's kind of like making a butterfly cake if you're familiar with that type of thing at home. And we're just going to cut into it there, make a little circle, and then just pop the top of it out. So you get a little piece like that happening in there. So if you want to have a go, Graham.
Sure thing.
Hand the knife safely. And then with my cream, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of it up this way, get my little teaspoon. I'm just going to put a nice healthy dollop into the top of my cupcake. There you go, Graham. Have as much cream as you like.
Thank you.
I've just used plain cream for today because we're going for that real chocolatey sort of feel. Okay, so once we've done that, we're actually going to replace our tips into the centre and then use a little bit more cream to sort of create an anchor point on the top there. And this is where our chocolate chips come in. You know, it's finger licking good, really. It has to be. So I'm just going to snap mine in half. You can do whatever you feel creatively capable of doing there, Graham.
Possibilities are endless.
Endless, right? So, and I'm just going to garnish it with a little bit of choc chip there. To finish it off, I did miss my mouth, it's okay. It's just too good. To finish it off, I'm just going to pour some icing sugar into my little sifter there. Oh, look at Graham's cupcake. That's amazing. I love your creativity.
First time's, what's it? The first time's the charm?
First time's the charm.
That's not a saying.
Let's go with that.
We'll go with that.
Let's go with that. It'll be fine. And basically that's how simple it is to have lots of lovely little cupcakes. Finished, easy to make. It really doesn't take very long at all. And as you can see, there's some that I prepared earlier. Now what do you say, Graham? Shall we partake of the cupcake?
I think we shall.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers.
I've been looking forward to this part.
I made a mess.
What do you think?
Delicious.
So I better let you go and actually prepare to sing your song. Now, what are you singing for us today?
I'm doing Adele's Rolling in the Deep today.
Oh, very nice.
Yep.
Well, you may just get a harmony in there from them, maybe. We'll see. Absolutely. All right, I'll let you go do that. Thanks. No worries. Cheers.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch. It's bringing me out the dark. And finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your ship bare. See how I live with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I won't do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching the fever pitch. It's bringing me out the dark. Baby, I a story to be told, but I've heard one on you and it's gonna make your head burn. I think of me in the depths of your despair, making a home down there as a mind sure won't be shaded. The skies of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The skies of your love remind me of us. Yeah. They keep me thinking that we could have had it all. 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 Rolling in the deep, yeah. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, yeah. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, yeah. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, yeah. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. And you played it inside of your head. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, yeah. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, yeah. We could have had it all. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. I keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain the due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch the countdown to the end of the day. Watch me in the words that I say. The clock ticks, echoes in my veins. I know that I didn't look out below, but I watched the time go right out the window. Trying not to hold, I didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. Held everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. And what it meant to be will eventually be a memory of the time when we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. We could have had it all. Every open door. Your song. Every open door. Could have had it all. Every open door. Your song. Every open door. Could have had it all. And you played it, and you played it on to the beat. You played it right down to the beat. We could have had it all, and it all.
Thanks, Graham. That was brilliant. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you to our guests, Graham Mose, Cameron Nichols, and everyone at the Cooley Rocks On Festival. If you would like any more information about anything on today's show or the recipe for today's goodies, please head to our website, connectedtv.com.au. I'm your host, Tammy Lindy, and I'll see you next week when you can stay connected.